It's your boy Yule.
I'm
Josh.
Margaret. This is our show. Can we talk about it?
The show where we talk about it. And this week, we're talking about our home, our city, our beloved place, where it makes or breaks people.
So
the Big Apple.
Profound and moving speech, Yule. Yeah. So we're gonna talk about the most New York shit that happened this year, 2018. ISO boom top 10 list.
All right, we're gonna get into it. This was a fun list to make.
By fun, he means stressful because we kept thinking about how much shit we couldn't remember. Because stuff happens in New York every day, B. So,
yeah, so
it
when
was
we're
a
done
lot
with this,
to keep track of.
feel free to add on to our list of the craziest shit that happened.
But if
in
it was
New York
something
this
like really, really crazy, don't even comment because I'm going to be mad about it. Like, if it was like a huge story, just keep it to yourself.
All right, well, we got a number 10.
Number 10, we have the Jay Sex Trafficking scandal.
Woo! All right, that's a lot to unpack. So at John Jay, literally they were trafficking.
Yeah.
Like
small scale, not to defend it.
Just like, but not really, just a little bit of trafficking.
No, this wasn't like an international operation, but it was sex trafficking nonetheless.
I saw way too much, just like growing up on this.
We were honestly, if you really want to know all the details, you always have to read whatever article the New York Post has about it. New York Post is total trash. It's not real journalism, but that shit be raunchy.
Yeah,
that shit got
facts.
you feeling like you're reading a scandalous little sex novel. Like, oh.
So wait, that New York Post is not the most reputable New York source that we have?
Shocking, I know. No,
Wow.
they do have the best headlines. New York Post has the best
Oh
headlines.
yeah, hands down. Daily News, step your game up.
Yeah, that's right. Get a little more trash. But so there was a sex trafficking ring at John Jay. They had like a floor, I think, or like a specific section of one of the buildings that they called the Swamp, and they
accurately named.
Yeah, they did drugs, sold drugs. There were they had a few cases of sexual assault, and they were also pimping out students to fellow professors.
Wow. Like, how
so
much is that to unpack?
The weird thing is, I haven't really heard anything else about this story since we initially first read about it.
It was like huge, and then they just swept it under the rug. Like, you know why? Because this list is so insane that a sex ring happening in the college is just like normal, everyday thing.
Little foreshadowing, it isn't the only sex ring on our list.
Oh my god!
Today,
unfortunately.
But yeah, I mean, honestly, a lot of times when things happen at universities, they get kind of swept under the rug. And the thing with John
Universities
Jay,
just throw money at it until the problem goes away.
Even John Jay is a city university, so it's not like they got the big bags to throw. But it also is a school that's really connected with law enforcement. So if they want to make something kind of disappear, they will make it disappear.
Don't make this episode disappear, please, guys. We're just...
The crazy thing, though, to me, was that at least, I don't know if it was all of them. I don't want to, misspeak on the facts, but one of the professors involved in the trafficking, he was a professor who had been given money to do research on sex trafficking, and he taught a course on like something like a sex and gender course or something.
So he was like, I need this hands-on research. It's for the sake of the students. Wasn't that the same guy they had like a topless picture of?
Yes, if you want to check out
No, you don't want don't even.
Just take our word.
Just whatever she's about to say, don't do it. You'll regret it. I regret it.
Small, sparrow-bodied man with very full pecs. It was a strange sight to behold, but he was very proud of his physique, and now it's plastered all over
proud enough to
this,
send it to students.
Yeah,
so,
sex student like crazy, and now it's posted all over the New York Post. So if you want to check that article out, not that I want to give the New York Post any play, but it is what it is. All right, number 9.
Number 9, a New York staple, an icon, the Tim. They had a big ass Tim they placed right in the middle of New York City, apparently by the Flatiron. Yeah. And apparently it was supposed to bring awareness to going outside and being more green. That's
Connected to nature.
Yeah. Is that what Tims are about for anyone in New York?
Not that we know of. This is why it's high on the list. This is why it's only number 9, because if you're gonna put that up in New York City, then you really have to embrace what the Tim is about here in New York City. It ain't
it's about stomping niggas out.
That's right. That's right. What they really should have done was, just kind of had the Tim raised and then had a small man positioned underneath, like the head, like bam, bam. Oh, sorry.
You're really just trying to knock me out again? First off, I'm definitely using this as evidence for assault. So that's
I'm really
great.
passionate about the Tim.
I see that.
I apologize.
What they should have done is actually just add like a nice like a New York fitted right on top of it.
Your hygiene is A1. This don't even smell like feet. Cardi, you know, Gas been trying to get at you.
Yeah, Gas, he
got clean
Cardi,
feet.
He wears an 11.5, so
you know what that means.
I got you, son.
But yeah, we would have wanted to put the Tim a little bit higher, but you know, they're
New York
us.
enough.
Yeah.
How could the Tim not be more New York?
Who put them on. All right, it wasn't no mountain men, it was us.
The New Yorkers, the people of the streets.
That's right.
And we wasn't stepping on no grass. We out here in these cold subways, just stomping niggas out left and right. That's what the Tim is really about.
It's also really good for, you know, the slush. It's also good for like the cold weather. But also stomping motherfuckers in their head.
Yeah, exactly.
But also
clearly
the snow. And ice. Okay.
I got an ice pack.
What's number 7?
Number 7 on our list of wild New York shit.
Oh wait, number 8. My bad.
Oh, yeah.
Ew.
So, number 8 is that Margaret does not know how to count.
Corner store Caroline.
Yes.
We had a lot of incidents this year in 2018 that involved white people not minding their business and calling the cops on black people for doing everyday activities. And of course,
not only this year, but for all of time. But whatever.
All of time, but I feel like it was real big this year. We came with the nicknames.
Oh yeah, this is a big year for.
You know, we had Permit Patty.
We had Barbecue Becky.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So. We had one of our own here in New York. I think it was in Flatbush. No, wasn't it right here in Flatbush?
Unfortunately, yes.
It was right here in Flatbush. The rapidly gentrifying Flatbush.
Let's not talk about it.
All right. A woman accused a young boy of inappropriately touching her in a corner store and said that she would call the police on him, and he started to cry. And my thing is, okay, first of all, it came out that he hadn't even done anything. They had video
replayed the footage.
Yeah.
Nothing happened.
Nothing.
It was all in her imagination.
Yeah, he just kind of was brushing past her. He had a big backpack. My thing is, honestly, even as a woman, if a little boy did touch me inappropriately, I would probably take it up with his mom or something, but I would never threaten to call the cops on a kid. Unless he was like murdering people, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
unless he was the Chucky doll just running around. Like
it's like Children of the Damned.
It was
but otherwise,
so
no.
highly unnecessary. Like
completely.
This woman was like literally just bored one day and said, "All right, this is
think
what I'm
she was
doing."
On something.
Honestly, like I said, even if he did 100% brush her, that's a sorry miss moment. Like but she said like grabbed me.
Yeah.
Clearly he did. She over exaggerated, and you know 100%. Some people are just. When they have a story and they think that's what their reality is, they just run with it.
Yeah.
Thank God that footage was actually there so we can see the truth. But I like my favorite part of the story is that how the neighborhood just came together and just like, fuck you.
No,
like
100%.
Pretty much everybody, like people were showing up at her building.
Him.
Yeah, she was kind of like trying to defend herself in like news stories. She's like, yeah, I saw it, and maybe he didn't. But it's like, no, you said this happened.
And she like gave a very half-assed apology when she watched the video. She was kind of like, oh, I guess he didn't do that. It's like, okay.
Yeah, I just hope it encourages people to be more accountable of their actions.
I also
and their accusations.
100%. I also think though it kind of points to one of the dangers of gentrification. Like people, you know, obviously displacement and, you know, like rising rent prices are something that we think about a lot, but there's also, I feel like this is more insidious. It's kind of something that you don't necessarily think about, but it's the fact that shit can get you killed. You have incidents like where there was that homeless man who was walking with like the shower rod, the cops shot him because someone called the cops on him. Meanwhile, people who had been living in that neighborhood knew that he just did that.
It's Crazy Harry, that kind of thing. It's like, all right.
They knew he meant no harm, and he ended up dead. Like, you know, if you're moving to a new neighborhood, get acquainted to that neighborhood, assimilate. Don't try to change it.
Facts. Leave the bodega cats alone.
Leave the bodega cats alone. Don't be calling the cops on people for playing music that they've been playing on the same stoop since before you were born. I sound like an old person just now.
That's your old New York.
Yeah.
That's cool though. All right, and number 7. God damn it, it's fucking contagious. At number 7, we got hip hop hysteria.
So it was kind of a grimy year for New York hip hop. A lot of people were getting in trouble, you know.
So we have Cardi B.
Right. So aside from everything that's going on with Cardi right now,
Relationship wise,
future Mrs. Gaspard, but
Mm-hmm.
she did have a few. She had some legal issues earlier in the spring, I believe.
Yeah.
She was accused of assaulting 2 strippers, allegedly at Angel Strip Club in, I think it's in College Point or Flushing, in Queens. We keep it classy.
Bronx
Because
versus Queens.
I think one of them had an affair with Offset. Allegedly.
Oh my God! Surprising, shocking, shocking updates.
Yeah.
Offset's cheating.
Black men don't cheat.
Well, he's Atlanta black, so
There we go. There we go.
yeah. So, well, also Cardi got into a lot of drama with Nicki.
Yeah, they had their fight here during New York Fashion Week.
So, how'd you feel about Queens taking a fat ass L?
Shut the fuck up.
No,
Did
they not? Did I miss something?
Listen. I don't think anyone came out looking good in that fight.
Anyway, as Queens is in denial, Cardi B definitely won that interaction, even with her little Instagram rant about just keeping it 100. Nicki pretty much just pulled the Drake and was like, "I know you guys are enjoying the circus." And then let's be real, like she lost a lot of her street cred that day.
100%. I mean, I never personally thought of Nicki Minaj as a person with like street cred.
I mean, but she at least faked the funk, and she always.
I know what
like,
you're saying. I know what you're saying. Yeah.
But yeah, I'd never thought about her as having that much street cred.
Right.
We also got Fabulous.
Fab. That story really like disappeared. I mean, people still will be commenting if you look online and referring to him as a woman beater, which he is. But
his PR team is legendary. They did not let him get Chris Brown. Like people just like immediately forgot about it. Like I don't know what happened. Like we mentioned this, and everybody went, "Oh yeah, that did happen this year." Like wow, like
I don't know what it is. And I mean, one thing I saw like pretty frequently was like people would be like, "Well, if Emily forgives him, like if she don't care, I don't care. Like we care more than Emily." Blah,
who
blah,
says
blah,
that about domestic abuse?
Like, a victim of domestic abuse. Yeah, like psychologically, you're in a place where you can care. She is not. Do you know what I'm saying? Like.
So this is basically a PSA to save that woman. I fuck with Fab. I fuck with his music. He's a Brooklyn cat. But I'll take an L for Brooklyn if Fab has to go because he's a.
All right, one for Queens, one for.
That's like a half. It's a lowercase L.
That's a.
We'll talk about 6ix9ine, which is our actual capital
Okay,
L.
let's.
I'm not gonna run straight from this one. What about 6ix9ine's legal troubles?
We talked about this man way too much. When we were doing this list, I was annoyed that we were gonna have to talk about him again. But he really was a presence in, the New York. I don't even want to say the New York hip hop scene, but just the New York scene. He was very in the mix.
Yeah, he was a lot in the pop culture scene because his name would come up way too often.
And I will say, I honestly I hate to say this, but Ceccacci is very New York. Like he's almost like the worst of when I think about like the things I hate about my fellow New Yorkers, it's like someone like Ceccacci. I'm like, you troll too fucking much. You're from Brooklyn, your style is whack like most people's from Brooklyn are. What were you gonna say, Yul? I felt like you were.
I was gonna say that you had to button your shirt like 3-4 times before you came here, whatever. Don't come at us like that. But yeah, he is definitely the worst. I was gonna say that Ceccacci 6ix9ine is to New York what Donald Trump is to America.
I feel that it sucks that Donald Trump is also from New York.
Yeah, I know, but on an American scale, because Donald, come on, he grew up in New York and became.
No way, I think that's a really harsh comparison.
Why?
I think that's
he's literally all of the worst. You just said
Ceccacci.
Teccacci's all the worst things of New York combined. Donald Trump is the worst things of America combined.
Yeah, but you being nah.
I mean, they both have sexual accusations against them. They are both pieces of shit and say whatever they want. What comparison are you not? How am I doing Tekashi an injustice with this comparison?
I just feel like it's Steve. Even though everything you just said is true.
Valid
I
points.
just can't. I feel like it's a lot for me to compare someone to Trump. But you know what? If you want to take
6ix9ine
that
is to New
L
York, what Trump is
for
to
Brooklyn
America.
and, you know, claim your very own Trump, you do that. Anyway, yeah, so he is currently in prison. So that's how
he
his
won't
year
get out
is
until at
ending.
least
Yeah,
September.
But he was plagued with legal issues this whole year. He did have the child abuse case. He had, I think he fought someone in Texas at a mall. I think I'm messing up the details.
He was just in too much messy shit. He was like trying to get somebody to line up Chief Keef's people. Like he was paying like.
No, and that's like
he's like on TV or like he has footage of him like running up and running to the place.
And
evidence was found
really
in his
what
house.
It is. The worst people in New York are the people who are too mixy. Those are the kind of New Yorkers I'm like, and that's what it was. He was too in the mix.
Like he wasn't even just like a regular level scammer. He was just like full class piece of shit.
Yeah,
put him under the jail. Yeah. Nobody cares.
On a sadder note, the members of Dipset also didn't have such a good year.
Oh yeah.
Little bit of
one of them did. One of them's getting married.
He's also going to prison.
But he's getting married though.
And he got new teeth. Shout out to you, Joels. Those chiclets looking good.
Shout out to you.
You are so fucked up.
Damn. But yeah, it was not a good year for Dipset. One of them's gonna dip straight to jail. But
gun charges. That was right. That he. I don't remember if this happened at the beginning of this year or if this happened at the end of last year. That he got caught at the airport with firearms, bringing them.
Oh yeah, that was this year.
Why are you doing that? Why do you need to do that anymore? You're not slinging coke in Harlem anymore, my guy.
He probably is.
I mean, he probably is.
I haven't heard of Joel's like rap songs since like the recent ones that came out. But he probably was on some hard times.
But okay, you know what? If you are doing that, then you gotta be smarter.
Bro,
why are you bringing your firearms
guns
to the baggage to the airport?
Yo, he's just like, oh yeah, I know a guy at TSA. It's fine. You just throw my shit through. No.
Yeah.
And then your boy didn't show up to work that day, so now you just throwing guns through TSA. Like, who does that? Who in their right mind? Not famous or otherwise. Let's be real here.
Yeah, but he is getting married. He did put the ring on the wrong finger.
Even though he fucked up the Tim when he was doing it. Remember that? Okay.
But yeah. And
what about Cam? Cam, I
don't recall.
I think.
No, I don't think he is. I don't think he is all right.
Didn't he like break up with his like longtime girlfriend?
Oh yeah, he broke up with Juju. I don't know if that happened this year or last year.
I think it was this year.
I really should be up on it because I'll be watching Love and Hip Hop like it's religion. So.
He's on Instagram a lot more these days. Maybe he has a lot more free time.
He's out there,
But he also liked our post.
Yeah, so don't say anything too insulting. As far as we know, Cam's doing great.
Cam is definitely doing great.
He's at the top of his game right now. Yep. Oh, and then we had in hip hop radio news, we had DJ Envy versus
everybody.
Two other podcasters. We can't be giving other people shine, so we're not going to name them. We're pretty much on their level, so we they're like directly our competition because we're just as popular.
Yeah, we both have the same amount of money and influence.
Yeah, we also work with Vice. But
we're poor, send us sponsors. Anyway,
Jesus and Vero got into.
Did you just call him Jesus?
I did.
Jesus and Mero.
It was weird. I realized it, but I was like, I'm gonna brush past this. But you got me.
Margaret hangs out with so many Dominicans that this is what happens.
Listen, my guy. All right.
So Jesus and Mero, what happened?
Got into it with DJ Envy.
Why exactly?
They make fun of everyone on their podcast. That's their thing, and most people take it in stride. But DJ Envy is a particularly light-skinned individual. He's very sensitive. And he got upset because they talked about him cheating on his wife with Erica Mena on their podcast. And then when they went on The Breakfast Club, he kind of confronted them about it.
Don't talk about me. And he was just like, all right.
But he was also going hard about like them disrespecting his wife, and I'm like, these men, they be having so much like energy about not disrespecting their wives when it comes to someone talking about it, but not when it comes to them doing it.
Damn. Okay, yeah. Yo, don't disrespect my wife. Then you just...
That's my job. Leave it to the expert. I disrespect my wife.
I could cheat on my wife, but you can't say that I cheated on my wife.
Yeah, but that was mad funny. He walked off the Breakfast Club. Do you remember that?
Yeah, that was light skin A1. Like,
yeah, it really was.
Top notch light skinnedness.
Yeah, I feel like he like went in his car, and he had like a winter fresh like air freshener like hanging from like one of those pine trees, and he like turned up Drake's Take Care album. I feel like that's Drake's latest light skin album.
That's
yeah, Take Care. I think so too.
Definitely
with that. Yeah, and he just had himself a good cry, but just 2 tears.
I feel like light skin
cry. We don't cry that heavily because
I feel like
we don't
y'all
want
only
our
cry
faces
from the
to get
right side
puffy.
because it's like dramatic and like it looks good for Instagram.
I don't dispute that. I'm sorry I'm giving away our secrets, but yeah, that's true. Yeah, and you just don't want to fuck your shit up, you know. For us ladies, it's like our makeup. But you also just in general crying makes your eyes puffy and red. That's not a good look.
Is this really like a light skin technique about crying?
Oh yeah.
Like, how do you guys like do that? Like
Think
you like lean your head to the side so most of the tears come out your right eye. Like I don't understand.
And then you gently place your head on your arms, and sometimes you just reach out and you softly caress someone who's not there.
I'm gonna stick to being a brown skinned nut. Yeah, y'all handle that. Live your best life over there. Do whatever you're doing. But Jesus and Mero definitely put that man all the way into his feelings. All right. So out of that,
I believe we're at number 6, but let me not mess up the count again. Am I right?
You're at number 5.
No, we're not.
No, we're definitely at number 6. I lied to you. All right, so Barbershop Brawl.
Levels Barbershop in Brooklyn.
Got leveled.
Ooh. A man went in for a shape up.
And got shaped up.
I'm setting it up for you. Let me stop helping you. This boy's not that funny without me. So, whatever.
Hold my drink.
Excuse me, I have to do my stand-up routine now. No, but he went in for a shape up. He wasn't happy with what he got, so he wasn't gonna pay the barber. They got into a little dispute. Barber threw him through the window.
Front window.
Yeah.
It was not breakaway glass. It was not a movie set. This man went through paned glass window straight through the front of the barbershop.
And then the barber dipped. And then everyone in the barbershop said they didn't know who he was.
That is a fucking loyalty at its finest.
That's New York. That's why this story ranks so high, because that's honestly the New York part.
Yo, how you go to a barbershop, first off, and don't know the person cutting your hair?
That is weird. So
that
we're
is like,
kind of in a situation where we gotta blame the victim here.
Absolutely. If you go into the barbershop, your barber fucks you up and you never can find your barber again, this is all your fault. Yeah. To be honest, like, first off, we're loyal to our barbers here, like, more so than Offset to Cardi. So, like, this is like a really tight relation. No? That was too much?
No, it wasn't. It was just enough.
Or Ebro. Sorry. Oh, sorry, Envy.
Yeah, don't confusing all the light
skins. They all light skins. Nobody can keep up with y'all no more. Anyways, so basically, a relationship between the barber and his Barbie is sacred. And so if you're going in to get random haircuts, you deserve to get fucked up and thrown through windows. Just saying.
Okay. Yeah, no, and I don't know if they ever caught the guy. A lot of these stories we never followed up on, and there wasn't really a lot of news about the follow up either. So it's gonna be a cliffhanger.
It's just to the streets now. It's gonna have to be settled over there.
Or if you want to find out what happened in all the juicy details, New York Post. Why am I
New York Post probably has
I don't even like the New
info.
York Post. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't think anybody really likes them. All right, we're in our top 5 now. Ranking at number 5.
Arizona's 25th, we don't want to get sued. Arizona's 25th anniversary. I'm not drinking in Arizona, but...
You just said Arizona like 7 times. Just show a can, goddammit. So she's drinking iced tea flavor, right?
Bruh. We're not even going to talk about Arizona and its cultural significance in New York and its history and its roots, because y'all already know about that, or you should. What we're going to talk about is a hotly debated issue here at the Black Collective.
We will fist fight on this camera about this.
Guys, if I said that I wanted a regular Arizona, what flavor am I talking about?
And do not let this sway you because she's holding the can.
What flavor?
There is no such thing as a regular Arizona.
About?
Actually, you know what? The funny part is I Googled regular Arizona and you know what came up? Guess. Not that. Green tea. That was the first thing that came up.
That's dumb. That's dumb.
First off, those are like the two original, let's say like original looking, like
if
Arizona,
I say I
like
want
staples.
A regular, and I say that
I'm
it's
gonna
like
get
an
you some
iced
random
tea,
shit.
a lemon iced tea.
I mean, if
It's
you say you wanted a
regular
regular
iced tea.
iced tea, I would get you an iced tea.
A regular
But
Arizona is an Arizona iced tea.
a regular Arizona is not a thing. There's so many flavors. Maybe it was like a couple of the originals, but the print from the green tea and the print from that are like very much the
Okay,
staples.
so why are you picking the green tea over this?
Because there's no such thing as a regular.
But there's obviously nothing that's like officially a regular. But if someone's going to the corner store and I'm like, get me a regular.
Why would you request
If
that?
I said get me a regular, why are you talking about you?
You have a very irregular way of thinking about
Comment
it.
and tell me if you
Is a
agree with
regular
me.
Arizona a thing?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
If you don't agree with me, I'm gonna delete the comment, so don't bother leaving
Yeah,
it.
first off, she's not.
I don't have the login for the YouTube.
She's not gonna do that.
I keep forgetting the
Don't let her suppress your voice, people. If there's a such thing as a regular Arizona, let me know. But I don't think so. All right, just because it might be one of the most popular flavors or the branded flavor, doesn't make it a regular thing.
Let's move on to number 4.
What is number 4? I hate you. It is NYCHA.
NYCHA. NYCHA had a year, but don't it always?
Oh my God.
Things, all of these things also, I'm going to say, happened in the Bronx. Like, not, I'm going to say, like, I'm assuming, like, I know they happened
New York's
in the Bronx.
most flavorful borough.
Yeah. Actually,
And the flavor's dirt.
this reminds me of something that we forgot to put on the list.
What's that?
Already. This is what the Bronx reminds me of. That New York was voted the dirtiest city in the country.
I mean, it's because of the Bronx. Though.
Right. Which we're going to cover extensively in this next
If you have a
topic,
problem, we don't care. You can only get so far with your guns, okay?
If you got a problem...
Brooklyn has security guards.
You got a
We don't
lot
care.
more problems up home in the Bronx.
You have so much more to worry about.
No, but
than us.
NYCHA really fucked up. And I do feel, honestly, that the reason so much shit happens with NYCHA in the Bronx specifically is because people don't care about the Bronx. And I'm not even saying that with shade. It's true. Like...
I don't really care. Go ahead. I'm just going to let this in the background.
It's the area that politicians really seem to care about the least until it comes time to, turn it into Sobro in the Piano District. Then you're going to see a lot more resources flooding in. But
Facts.
they had issues.
I think they learned they'd be shitty on purpose so that so they can just like finish gentrifying Brooklyn and make their way down to my house, knock that shit over, and then they'll worry about the Bronx.
Yeah, they'll come later. But yeah, NYCHA had issues with lead paint. They had issues with rats
and sex trafficking.
And this was a sex
ring. Sex trafficking without the word traffic.
Yeah. The thing about this was like it was technically consensual, but not really because it involved a lot of pressure from the top. I feel like
kind of consensual, but not really.
Like, well, no. Like it was.
What a gray area.
That's not what I meant.
I know what you meant.
I said probably not my first problematic thing on this, but
right.
No. Because it was basically a sex ring amongst NYCHA employees, but
what a day at work.
The administrators at the top were kind of coercing, lower level employees to be involved.
Hey man, you want a raise? Come downstairs.
So they would be having sex parties And it was like, I think it was one.
I had a work holiday party recently, and no one had sex there. It was weird.
That's a really.
Is that not what's supposed to happen?
Anticlimactic story, Yul.
Is that not what's supposed to happen? Like at work parties, it's not supposed to be like NYCHA work parties. What happens at a NYCHA work party?
I feel like it apparently would be like the same as a regular day at NYCHA, apparently. But yeah, they didn't even like fire people who were involved in this. They just sent them off to other buildings. So, you know, it's weird.
It's a proximity issue. That's really all it is. Just push it away.
Y'all just can't resist each other, huh? All right, go work somewhere else. Within the same system, though.
Here's a race.
Yeah. It's sad, though. It's sad, you know, they
also had the rat
rats
thing.
Yeah, the rats were
taken over.
Yeah,
but in the 2000s, they were all over the building. It was wild because the garbage compactor broke.
Yeah, so they lost their home. So they climbed up into the apartment buildings. They were like swarming. Like I've never seen so many rats in my life.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, and then they
Firstly,
did a baby.
Gross. Secondly, impressive.
Very impressive. Yeah.
I didn't know the Bronx could get that Bronxy.
But it surprised us. Dirtiest city in New York, and we know whose fault it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, of us 4 boroughs, Staten Island, you eliminated. Like you don't do anything. You're the dirtiest Bronx. I'm sorry to break it to you.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, in this order, it's Brooklyn, Manhattan, Queens, Bronx. We've officially put that list, and.
What?
All right. Now, so
Shut up.
The third topic. On to number 3.
Yeah, it's fine because Brooklyn's about to become like new Idaho or something with all the people coming through. It's fine.
Bacon, egg, and cheese man.
Bacon, egg, and cheese man. We did touch on this last week. Bacon, egg, and cheese man was a guy who had very strange specifications about his order at the bodega. He wanted a bacon, egg, and cheese on a cinnamon raisin bun.
Again, who does that?
Yeah.
And not even that. Not only you have the audacity to mess up the bacon, egg, and cheese at its core, which is just what it is. Just leave it that. That's all you have to say. Bacon, egg, and cheese. You F up the order, and then you try to mess up the dude behind the counter, taking that order, throwing things and banging on the glass. That was some super strong glass. I don't know where they got it from.
It did not break. My man was punching this glass, and it was, if only Level's Barbershop had such strong glass for their window, right?
Damn. Yeah,
Gotta level up.
Oh my god. So yeah, this man, officially my most hated person in New York.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
And the brave bodega worker who would not allow him to corrupt the bacon, egg, and cheese. Cinnamon raisin, like, my God, what?
Like, I honestly didn't even know that was an option.
Yeah, it's just...
That's probably why he needed 5 minutes. He had to like find a cinnamon raisin nigga. Like, he said, "Give me 5," because it's such an awkward request.
Yeah, I think they still haven't found that guy.
Because remember, we told that he ran over to the buses and he was just boxing with those. Right. What if there's only like one really crazy person in New York and he's just really getting around fast?
Like our Florida man? Yeah, probably. Who knows?
What a theory. All right. Well, our third topic is sorry. Not even third. What are we on? 2?
No, we're on 3. Look who's fucking it up now. Yeah, that's
no. That was 3.
You tried to get all.
That was 3. Yeah, still can't count. Hours later, I'm like, all right. Yeah, our number 2 topic, the MTA.
Oh boy. What is there not to say about the MTA? I actually, I think I told you about this.
That you love the MTA so much,
bruh. No, like...
That's not what we're talking about?
2 or 3 weeks ago, I was on the train, and I was going one stop, and I got stuck for 45 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
And when I got off the train, someone threw a chicken wing at my face. That sounded very like an intentional attack. She just happened to be eating chicken wings, and I was walking by.
And flinging them.
I wasn't even mad at her. I didn't care about anything anymore. I got off that train.
You lost your soul in that train.
Yeah, something in me died.
Yeah, you haven't been the same since that train ride.
I have not been the same since that train ride. I know,
So,
my innocence is gone.
We'll put a link in the description for Margaret's therapy.
Go fund me.
Just the link below. We'll start now. All right, the minimum paying is 1 cent because she's cheapich.
I will send you my Fashion Nova wish list if you want to donate to my emotional well-being in that form. But yeah, no, I mean, a lot of things happened with the MTA this year. They actually announced that the train's no longer going to be 24 hours. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
I don't know when
That's not a thing. That's not gonna happen.
I hope
it's
not.
never gonna happen.
I
New York
hope not.
New York itself will just never let that happen. So I'm gonna ignore that. But what they did also announce is that they're gonna have the cops that physically block fare beaters.
What does that mean?
That means that they're gonna find a way for cops to either check if you have the correct payment before you enter the subway,
which sounds like really like a time delay for an already slow system.
Exactly. Or have them stand like behind and, you know, pretty much catch people that are trying to jump over the...
Yeah.
First off, nobody jumps if they see the cops there, right?
That's
the thing.
But sometimes they like hide around the corner. But I've had people ask me before.
Have you ever seen an undercover cop that didn't look like a cop?
Nah. No, the undercover, like, I don't know who trains them, but like
it's always like some bald white guy in like baggy jeans, like
I know,
in a
just
hoodie
like
every
it's
time.
Like 1995 and like he
like bro, I can see your badge through the shirt, like But it's gonna be a terrible idea, and not only that, all the money they're gonna put into this, they can put into the subway. Just fix this shit.
Oh yeah.
How about that?
No, there's.
They're worried about taking losses right now.
I know.
The whole subway's at a loss right now. Like, just start over, do something.
They're gonna say like, you know, it's cool and whatever to have Wi-Fi in the stations, but to be honest, I would have preferred that they used all that money to make sure the trains run on time. Like, I don't need Wi-Fi for the station if I can get to my destination quickly enough to just be above ground and use my phone again.
Like, who is that Wi-Fi for? Homeless people that you don't want there anyway? I'm not in the train station that long. Maybe if the train came on time, I wouldn't need Wi-Fi to tell people that I'm going to be 25-30 minutes late. Like, it doesn't make sense. This is not a Starbucks. It's a subway station. I don't need this.
No, deadass. And usually, a lot of the trains, I feel like, and I have T-Mobile, which really isn't that good. I feel like I get I get service on my phone anyway.
I get service like between stations. Like, sometimes.
So it's like it's just a waste of money. But in response, maybe to these MTA atrocities, also the L train shutting down, blah 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 blah. People are bugging the fuck out on public transportation.
Oh my god!
And in response to public transportation,
are they?
Part of me doesn't blame them.
All right, so the first one, the lesser of the three, I think, is the wheelchair guy blocking the bus.
We saw this video. It was from like late September of a guy who just I didn't really know what the backstory of it was, but he just was in a wheelchair and he had his feet up, like blocking the bus.
I just thought about that, and this is the first time I'm thinking about his feet being up, but also in a wheelchair.
I know. I just thought about it as I was saying it, but maybe he's probably like not.
What?
He's probably like not actually paralyzed, and he just has issues with walking.
Or he's a panhandler on the subway. I'm not giving anybody benefit of the doubt. This is New York City.
I will give that man benefit of the doubt because I support anyone who goes up against public transportation at this point.
Okay, that's fair.
After I had a chicken wing thrown at my face.
Okay, that's a fair point. So your second one is your favorite then, the one that literally physically fought the bus?
Yes.
Okay. That guy.
Rise up, fight the man. That's how I see it. The man being the robot bus.
I think that dude was legit crazy.
I think he was too. He ran 23 blocks to chase a bus.
A track star, certified.
Instead of just waiting for the next one. And when he caught up to it, he started to physically attack the bus and he broke I think one of the windows. It was like how much, $2,000 of damage?
Yeah,
or something
about
like
that.
And then
who has that kind of strength? This man was a crackhead. I just realized. How do you fight a bus?
Crackheads be having that super strength.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But he also he somehow was able to I think attack like 2 other buses. And
I think it was that bus. No, it was him.
Who passed me?
Which one of y'all buses got away from me?
And then he fled before the cops got there.
Again, crackhead speed. So there's nothing you can do once facing a crackhead. That is solid New York advice. If you see a crackhead, right, he looks at you, makes eye contact, either stay completely still until they go away, don't run, right? Or just give them $1. Like, those are the only 2 solutions. Yeah. There's no fighting them. There's no running away. Give them $1 or just stay very still until they think you're an inanimate object. All right, you laugh now until you find a crackhead. All right. What else happened?
That's experience.
It's a lot of crackheads in New
Just
York.
this past week, we had an incident on the B train.
Oh my God.
A woman was yelling slurs at an Asian American woman, and I believe she also kind of did something, like she attacked her with an umbrella.
She attacked her with an umbrella. She tried to put keys in her fingers and
yeah.
Apparently, she was also arrested before because she had pepper sprayed someone on the subway. 2 people, actually.
Wow.
So that's fun.
Yeah.
This clinically insane woman who's also side hustle is being racist.
Yeah, but it's also apparently a lawyer. This is the second racist tirade by a New York lawyer that we had this year. Because the other one was the guy, I don't even remember his name, but you remember when he was in some he was getting lunch somewhere and a customer was speaking Spanish,
he's like,
and he was yeah.
Oh my God.
That.
So at number 2, basically, we're saying white people stop.
Yeah, but this was the thing that I liked about this story was, and this is the one thing you will find with the MTA. I feel like it's so shitty and you're so cramped in that it kind of brings people together in a sense. So you'll see a lot of fights.
With keys and fists.
But no, you'll see a lot of fights, but you also see people standing up for each other. So last year we had the incident where there was a racist man on the L train and the rapper Princess Nokia was on the train and she threw soup at him.
Yeah.
Shout out to her. Yeah, and then someone else pushed him off the train. So this year there was the guy who was filming it physically restrained this woman.
Yeah. He actually is kind of a hero for me because the camera quality he shot that video on was absolutely great. Usually you get that shaky, oh my God, I don't even really know what happened. You gotta stare at it. Nah, man, this man had 4K high definition. He got the whole thing on camera. He was even hitting different people. Got himself in the mix. That man is legendary. That man is legendary. What's his name? It was called
his
Platino Man.
Twitter handle was Platino guy or man or something. But the woman had been to him, called him Muhammad or something.
He's
so
I'm Dominican.
She was he was you'll get your racism right against me.
You gotta say something Spanish related. Don't bring that. He was I'm very not offended.
Call me Sancocho head, something else.
She threw out some Asian slurs.
She was so mad. But we don't let that shit fly in New York.
I stand up.
On the other hand, though, with the MTA, you also sometimes see people being a little bit insensitive. So there was the guy who went into the train tracks in an attempt to commit suicide. And everybody kind of started going at him.
Hey, yo, if you commit suicide, I'll kill you. Good game plan.
People are very sensitive about the delays have been so heavy recently. It's they don't want to be delayed by anything else, not even the fragile human condition. They don't have time for any of it.
People just scream kill yourself at home. We don't got time for this.
That shit was sad.
That is the most New York thing.
It is the most New York thing. They are our lack of sensitivity.
Yeah, but you know what? See what you just said. We have both. We have overly compassionate human beings that will stand up for others on the subway. But on the other hand, we don't got time for that. We don't have time for anything. It's not that they probably didn't care about this man. If you're messing with a New Yorker's time, then you're in a world of hurt. Don't waste our time.
That's facts.
Even if you're trying to kill yourself.
Yeah.
Apparently.
And on that note, I would love if in editing we could put that little video of the man crawling out of the tracks and then dancing when the fireman came up and confronted him.
Oh man, that guy was.
So we'll end our MTA.
That man had crackhead strength, clearly.
And crackhead.
He was literally just hanging out on the tracks,
and then he crawled out without anybody seeing him, and then he did a little jig. It was magical. So we'll close out the MTA segment on that. And now we're at number 1.
Number 1. The dollar van chase.
The dollar van chase. And I like this one in particular because it's very quintessential New York. It's the dollar van. But it's also very quintessential us. It's our neighborhoods. I feel like not every neighborhood in New York does the dollar van.
Yes.
You don't really find the dollar van uptown. But in the Caribbean heavy neighborhoods, that's where you have the dollar van. So Flatbush and Jamaica, we got the dollar van.
Yeah, actually, I was having a conversation with somebody about it yesterday. They had no idea.
Where were they from?
Gentrification land.
Okay.
So they were like, yeah, dollar vans. I was like, yeah, we could just take the dollar van. He's like, what is that? and I explained it to the best of my ability, and they were just like, what is that? And I was just like, just never mind, because now you don't need to know. I don't want you gentrifying the dollar bins. So whatever. I tried to explain it to you once. If you didn't get it, whatever.
No, it's funny though, because it actually, I feel like the instances like that are where I'm like, being from New York, I can understand almost anywhere. I went to Cuba for a project, and they had this thing called like the Colectivo cab, where it was like you pay like 25 cents and it goes in a direction. You tell them what direction, like it makes us like a random stop like on the way, and it's a carpool. And like someone was explaining it to me, and I was like, oh, like the dollar man.
You know what the craziest thing is?
And he was like, sure. And I was like, yep. And I knew how to take it. Like it wasn't hard.
It was like right at home. You know what the crazy thing is? When I was talking to these people, I literally said, like, you know, in some Caribbean countries, they have something and they call it like a jitney. And I literally used this as an example, and they were like, the what? And I was just like,
like the Hampton Jitney? No, it's not like the Hampton Jitney.
It's sketchy as shit. They put you in a truck. They drive you somewhere. That's all you need to know, all right?
Stay away from it.
Stay away from it.
Yeah. And sometimes they get into epic chases with the police.
All right, so a lot of the way that dollar vans run here in New York is that some of them are legal, some of them are illegal. You never know what you get. It's kind of a toss-up, because sometimes people just want to make money driving the dollar van routes, and sometimes they're actually registered under companies. Yeah. Right? There's certain different van lines. And so sometimes when the police pull over a dollar van, you might be on it, because police love to harass, you know, anything Caribbean and black owned. And,
if it's of color, they're on it.
Yep, so they'll pull over a dollar van here and there, and if, you know, he's a legal one, he just pull out his information, take his ticket or whatever, go on his way. But if you're only been in the country for about 5 days and the cops pull up behind you, you got a truckload of people, no license, time to go.
Yeah, got a bucket.
And so we get some nice dollar van chase videos. What was your favorite part of the video? Can I tell you mine?
Yeah, go for it.
The old lady. Oh my God. There was just this old ass Caribbean lady in the back, just screaming all the things a typical old ass Caribbean lady would say. She was like, Lord Jesus. And then she was just like, oh my God, stop the bus. Oh my God. She was basically saying everything like a scared grandmother would. Like, if she just literally was the best character on that. The dude recording was honestly very chill. He was like, this is like the 5th time I got abducted in the dollar van, so I'm going to just record this
one. It happens.
Yeah. And also, my second favorite part was the end of the video. Not only did the dollar van driver eventually stop and try to take off on foot, right? The people in the dollar van got out. The police kind of questioned, like, oh, where did he go? This and that. But then one specific person said, oh, this was my brother's dollar van.
No.
So I'm going to just collect his money for him, and I'm going to take it. And she was like, I got, like, some dude was like, yo, you stealing the man money? Come on, that's not cool. She's like, it's my brother. He was like, ain't no damn brother. Like, this movie was a Marvel movie. Like, it was
an epic.
Yeah, it was like, had like a great beginning, a great middle, and then like a surprise ending. It was just.
I was going to say, actually, my favorite part was the beginning, because it was like, at first, everyone was rushing towards the front of the bus like they were going to get off, and it was like, nope.
I said, second gear. Bro. Oh, man. What a classic New York moment.
It was, yeah.
This happens way more often than you guys would think.
It does. I'm just happy that there was video this time. And I thought of all the times that I should have recorded things I saw in the dollar van and I didn't. What's the weirdest thing you ever saw in the dollar van? Because I actually can remember something.
Oh my God.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, go, definitely. I'll think about this one.
A man all the way in the back was like, I don't even know, like, you know when you like are peeling the dead skin off your foot? Like you.
Is this something that you do often, or?
My guy, they do it at like salons. When you get a pedicure, they scrape off like. But he was just there doing it on his own. He was wearing like these little brown sandals. He had like, and the funny thing was his feet were looking real raggedy. So I was like, you clearly haven't done this in a minute. What possessed you to do it now? And why just the bottom of your feet? You like, not that I wanted him to start clipping his toes or anything, but I'm like, why are we starting here? Like at the bottom. And he was just, you know, sanding down his bunions on the bottom of his feet.
That is highly disgusting.
But I also was kind of just like, you know, it's the dollar van. You get what you pay for. Like,
so I have seen some crazy shit on dollar vans. Damn, I've seen like dollar van races. I've seen dollar van driver argue, why are you picking up on my customers? Because they dead. I'm trying to pick up customers too. I've seen that. One of my favorite moments were one of the most simple and classiest, and that was when we were in a dollar van, and I feel like the gentrification just started to hit Flatbush, and so like this nice young white couple got onto the bus, and everybody just went, and like for most of the ride, everyone was just highly confused about how they found out about this bus.
Oh, honey, I heard about this this great car service they have in the neighborhood. Only $1.
What? $1?
Only $1, yeah.
And they got and found it was $2 now. But yeah.
Great opportunity to meet all the neighbors and learn about the local culture.
I would be really sad if this is how they found out about dollar vans and like.
If it was us?
I'm not gonna lie to you. That would break my poor little Brooklyn soul.
I think we should wrap this video.
Yeah, I think this is about it.
All right. That was our top 10 list for 2018. RIP the dollar van next year, I'm sure.
We'll keep you updated on the progress of dollar vans and how gentrified they get over the course of the next year.
So do comment, let us know if we left anything out, though it will hurt my feelings. And we'll see you all in 2019.
What is the craziest thing you've seen in New York? Let us know.